Hello, everybody, and welcome to the latest episode of From This Point Forward, a comedy Buffalo Sabres podcast. We're back. It's been a while, and nothing has happened. We keep pushing off a week at a time, wondering if something worth talking about will happen. And you know what? We decided this week there is nothing worth talking about, but we're going to do it anyways for an hour. Let's go.
Acknowledge the fact that in your one of your favorite movies of all time, you thought the slogan was "Ducks quack forever" instead of "Ducks fly together."
No,
So it's
You also
bad.
think they live in Wells. It's the whole theme of the movie, Lou. But he had the duck call.
They go quack.
It would be Malcolm Subban, mostly because that one season where instead of letting him play for the Sabres for the last game of the year, they had him sing the national anthem. And it was a real, like, you're under contract, the season is over. We know you've only gotten to be up here a couple of times. How about you come back up here? Oh, great, I'll put my pads in the car. No. You won't need them. Just make sure you warm up the pipes when you're driving down the 90.
Mitch Marner.
You heard it, Mitch. If you want to sign here, you can drill Ryan's mom.
what is going on? Chris, it's been a while, and we haven't even seen each other, I don't think, in the real world in the past 6 weeks or so. So, how are you doing?
Oh, every day's a gift, Lewis. Here we are yet again. Last time we were here, we were shilling a book for a friend. Did you read Greg Bauch's book?
Are you going to make me answer this in public? I know, because I'm not a liar, and I'm not going to lie to my friends. No, I have not read it yet. I have been busy. I do have a reading corner now. I developed a whole. You're laughing as if you think I'm joking. But
Seven copies of Goodnight Moon.
I have set up. I have a nice little chair now. I got a little antique lamp. It looks like a beautiful spot to read. Now, if anybody will actually read there, I can't make any promises, but so yeah, maybe I'll go grab Greg Bauch's book, Impossible.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So we're both wrong. Greg Bauch, just look at. I got a funny Greg Bauch story, and here we already are going way off this thing. But I met. My new career is wedding DJ, correct? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I was working with this old guy, and he was working the photo booth for the company I was working for being DJ, and we started talking, and he was a long time producer for the Bills and Sabres, like for telecasts and stuff. Super cool.
Okay.
So, the mutual friends, Mike Shope and Chris Parker come up, and like we're talking about those guys. And then I was like, oh, well, you got to know my friend Greg. And he goes, oh, Greg's the best, absolutely, just talks Greg up for like 2 minutes. And I texted Greg and I go, dude, it is my lifelong goal to find one person that doesn't fucking like you. And he wrote back, and he wrote back. What he said? He goes, "Well, you're in luck because one time about 7 years ago, I went up on stage and they introduced my name, and before I could even say a word, I heard some girl loudly say, 'I hate this guy.'" So he's like, "So if somebody does," and I thanked him for. I was expecting him to send back the hacky like picture of his wife or something and say, I got one. He didn't do that. I appreciated the non-hacky response, and I got the good story. But yeah, 5 minutes on Greg Bug.
Yeah.
That's what you get when you come on the podcast. You get the free plug and an extra.
Yeah. And except I'm not I haven't read his book either, and I'm never going to. I'm
Never.
actually going to tell people also to not read it. It's 2026. What are we reading for? The food is killing us.
I think I'm gonna read. I think I was on a good kick where I was reading a lot, and then school. That's exactly what happened. I was reading quite a bit, and then school happened, and I had to read because I had to read, and then it made me hate it again. I went right back to hating it, and since school stopped, yeah, for the listeners that are confused right now, yeah, I'm 42 in school, but
And a
yeah,
DJ.
and a wedding DJ. I don't know which one's harder to believe that I started both this year. Whatever. But yeah, and so now I think I'll get back more comfortable and I'll start reading again. All right, let's get into some Saber talk. 6 minutes into the show. And unfortunately, there's not much to talk about, right? Like, since we've last been here, we were like, oh, next week maybe we'll talk about a Heliabook trade or something that's and it just keeps pushing back. It's gone real quiet. Thoughts on, I guess, now where we can say the offseason ended up, because I don't expect anything to happen before season.
I don't expect anything big anymore. I guess like the last time we were together, it was that last gasp of like just league wide, like a big splash before we head into the fall. And it doesn't really feel like anybody did anything outside of everybody just bully the Ducks into spending all of their cap space.
Yeah.
That's about the only thing that happened over the past month.
Yeah.
If you want $17 million, be due for a contract with Anaheim.
That was a whole crazy. I mean, I'm shocked that they matched. The whole situation was just a huge mismanagement by Anaheim, but
they matched both of them.
It's going to at least, like, I feel like all it's going to take is one or two of these type of situations to start like lessening those restraints on GMs who have kind of had this unwritten rule not to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was a big enough situation. Maybe because it got accepted or rejected, and they matched it. Maybe that slows down the thoughts of it happening again. But I honestly think something that big, shows that nobody's safe.
Yeah. It's it'll make things exciting in years ahead if we keep trending that way, at least, because the unwritten rule thing sucked. It was lame.
You almost knew it was never going to happen. We should also mention our third wheel is not here, Ryan Mura, because
he died.
Fantasy he's actually R.I.P.
Wedding DJ accident.
He I don't know, some fantasy football draft or something stupid
Ooh.
that he's doing rather than being with us. But he's not the only Ryan M. you have a problem with.
Yeah.
You want to get into that? Little Ryan Miller talk?
This is the No Ryan M's podcast tonight. They are not welcome on the show together. Ryan Miller playing in a Colorado Avalanche alumni game. What are we doing here?
It was really really funny to see that. And I know a lot of people were making the jokes that's what he's turned on the team because they hired Lucic. and then he hates him. But like, correct me if I'm wrong. He never played for Colorado.
No,
Yeah, he was just
no,
there, and just he never even played
yeah,
like a game for him at the end of his
no.
career. So yeah, I don't know what that. Yeah, that super weird. But yeah, uh,
Just, just
he's
how
he's a
much
delusion.
betrayal can I take?
Uh, I think a lot more. I feel like you I feel like after 40 years you've built up a little bit of shield against it.
That
Uh,
might be the last straw, though. Maybe I can't take it anymore. You know?
I don't know where. Again, we're just going all over the place here. I don't know where my Ryan Miller kind of. I don't even want to say hate because I don't hate him. I loved him. He was one of my favorite players ever. I think I started becoming anti Ryan Miller as I've had to defend against the argument of him being one of like the best of all time. You know, when people try and so I want to be like, can we pull that back a little bit? People doing the Buffalo thing and being like, oh, he was, and again, what he did in that one Olympic run should put
Hmm.
his name in history of all time for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, he should at least be known that was a great stretch, and that 3-4 year stretch that he had with Buffalo was really good.
Yeah.
But his cliff hit really early in his career.
Hmm.
He had a rough year or two his last years here on bad teams, but
Yeah.
and then he never really got it together anywhere else.
No. And I don't want this to turn into a true Ryan Miller hate fest, but I'm kind of on board with you where when he was here and those teams were going, it was great. He was a very good to great goaltender for a couple few years. But when he was gone from this team, I never was like, oh man, if only we had Ryan Miller back. We could at least be mildly, because like you were saying, like it was falling apart. The teams around him were bad at the end here, but there wasn't even that like he's it wasn't like the Hasek years where it's like this guy's in a class of his own and he's dragging these people along with him. It was like he's very good, and when they are good around him, great things can happen. But I just never thought of him that way.
Yeah, like I said, I kind of feel like I did in the present, and maybe
Mhm.
if he continued at that level, I would feel differently. And again, I want to sit here and say he's one of the best. He's very good. He's one of the whatever, especially at that time, one of the best. But I think
Mhm.
people have kind of overstated what the second half of his career was. And really, when you look at the longevity he had of real dominant successes, 3 or 4 years, and never
I
won anything big.
I only remember his run with Anaheim because of the one gif of him sitting off ice making the face in the Anaheim uniform.
Yeah,
That's the only reason I remember. It's not, you know what I mean? Like he was a guy. We wish him well. In Colorado, apparently now. Doesn't he work for
I think
Anaheim?
it was one of the things where to it was kind of like the Jim Kelly syndrome for the Bills, not to compare the two, but it was like it was so long until they got another competent goalie. Actually, have they yet? I mean, they might not have yet, and so I think that kind of pumps up that whole argument. If we had a guy
Yeah.
like Ryan Miller on this, Joe from South Buffalo is like, we just had Ryan Miller's team be fucking awesome. I don't know why Joe from South Buffalo is
I
Italian. Definitely wrong part of town.
just I mean,
Just spit out the water.
I do like the point of do they have competent goaltending again? Because I mean, we are a nation in decline, Louis. Standards are lowering. This might be competency now.
I mean, when you look at the numbers from last year, it was, until it mattered, I guess. But I hate that we're
That's
going.
so much goaltending in the league, though, it's good until it isn't. Like, there's 3 teams. There's like 3 teams in the league that aren't dealing with a similar goaltending situation to the Sabres. They may not be carrying 3 guys, but they don't necessarily have a Haas who's going to start 55 plus games and, have a significant winning record.
No, I totally agree with you. I've always looked at goalies the same way I look at like running backs in the NFL. Not to we keep crossing sports here, but there's 2 or 3 dominant ones, but then the rest of them just look good in good systems.
Yeah.
So like Martin Brodeur, to me, here we go. My hottest take I've ever probably said on this podcast. Martin Brodeur is the most overrated player in sports history.
Oh.
He played behind the trap for his whole career. He never had. I mean, that is one of the. I think he is the most. Him, Troy Aikman, and I don't know who a third one is. I'll think of one by the end of the podcast. But those are my top 2 most overrated players. If you say LeBron, I'll punch you.
I was going to say Michael Jordan.
I can't do that. I can't do that either. They're both. When everybody does who's the GOAT thing, they're both. Can we just put that they're 2 goats on the top of the mountain? Can we just do that?
No.
I don't have any hate for either of them. I don't think we need it. I don't think we need to spend any time on that debate. All right. We'll probably sprinkle in a lot just about the current state of the team as we keep on talking, but I do think something funny happened here recently with I don't know if you saw this, like Corey Pronmans from The Athletic updated his under 23 Sabres rankings, which is crazy because he just did this in January and it was like totally different even with the guys that were in the organization already. But if you guys don't know, he ranked top 6 under 23 Sabres, and number 1 he has Daxton Rudolph, which cool. I'm excited that somebody else feels that high about him, and I'm a little excited about the kid. I've talked myself into the pick here I don't think he's gonna make a difference next year or anything, but I do think he is gonna be a great player. He goes Yuri Kulik number 2, Radim Murka number 3, Noah Ostlund number 4, Konsta Helenius number 5, and Zach Benson number 6. Chris, where was he right? Where was he wrong? You want to do your top 6?
I mean, let's just listen. Daxton Rudolph enthusiasm, I'm here for it. I remember after the pick on here, we talked about the fact that I love a top tier draft pick in the NHL who has bad teeth. It means either his family couldn't afford it and he's got the drive, or he's so focused on hockey that he doesn't care. Love to see that. Would I put him at number 1? I don't know, because I don't know who he was before the draft. I didn't look into a single first round prospect because I expected the pick to be gone. The 5 and 6 is the craziest to me. The Zach Benson thing, I feel like jumps out at everybody because he's been in the league for 3 seasons at this point, and his kind of second half of the season this year was where he kind of went into a new category from what he was. But like, I think Helenius is your like highest ceiling prospect. And if this is supposed to be a ranking of where a guy can end up, the fact that like a guy who has exceeded above expectations in 3 seasons in the NHL, and a guy who is like, he had a fantastic AHL season, he had a good short stint up here, and then comes in the playoffs in a high pressure situation, crushes it, goes to that world tournament afterwards, is crushing it there. And to be like, This is the fifth best guy, probably when their careers are over, is nuts. I don't know what this guy's doing.
Yeah, and we're showing that we're in off-season form. I think we both have went back to Hellenius, but it's
Oh yeah,
Hellenius.
Helenius.
Hellenius.
Helenius.
He should be number one, I think, and I, it would be hard for me not. To, I know Benson's getting the that's so crazy. I got to put him two for sure, but I pulled back a lot about him, and no one's taken away what he did in that playoff run. It was insane, and that's the type of guy you want on your team during the playoffs. I still don't think he's ever going to score more than 25 goals in the
Yeah.
NHL season. I just don't think he's got. But he doesn't need that. He is.
Yeah.
He brings a lot other to the table. I'm not saying that's going to make him a disappointing contract or player. I think he is a great player, a great all around player, and worth every dollar that they gave him. I just think people have this like ceiling on him that he's going to become a 40 goal scorer, and I just don't see that.
I don't think it would be unreasonable for him to have a year like that, but to become a perennial, I don't see that either.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, one, he hasn't had a full healthy season. Small. I don't know if he's going to be able to stay healthy for 82 games, and that's going to help him get there.
If he was 3 or 4 on this guy's list, I would probably not really bat an eye. But to be like,
it is crazy.
He played against bad playoff teams. He looks great on the ice. But a guy who almost died last year and hasn't skated for what's going to be essentially a full calendar year, I'm projecting in the number 2 spot. Like, again, Kulik has a very high ceiling if he bounces back from this thing. But as it stands right now, he might come back for a month. He might not make it to the season. He might come back and something goes wrong and he goes, you know what? That was it. Like, I don't know what we're ranking here.
Yeah, I 100% get that. I really think that Kulik should be 6 probably because I'm not as excited for him. Even Lindy, every time Lindy's talked about him, even at the end of the year where it was like pretty obvious he wasn't coming back, he kept on mentioning how much he was expecting out of that Kulik, Benson, Thompson line.
Mm-hmm.
And he's said it a couple times in the offseason, like it's just a given that this dude's going to come back and be number 1 center. And I just don't see a world, especially with how loaded they are up front now without getting rid of anybody. I don't see a world where if they don't make a Hellebook trade before the season, he starts in Rochester.
I mean,
that's where
I also feel like you kind of have to, unless he comes back and is looking lights out in camp and those first couple preseasons. But like with the logjam that they have, if nothing changes, I wouldn't mind putting him down there for a conditioning stint or something. I don't know if he's able to go back. I don't know the rules on that because of how his season ended.
He could. So he could start there without passing waivers or anything like
okay.
that. So, I just don't see a world where because of that too. Because other players would have to go through waivers. Go play 10 games, make the tough decision or wait for an injury. But I don't know. I just think people are just counting on him being automatically on this team, and I don't know if from the get, and I just don't know if that's going to happen. But we mentioned this earlier. I think this is another kind of funny story that's happened. It's had to happen since we last talked. I don't think it had happened yet, but Milan Lucic has been hired by the Sabres, which is pretty insane. I mean, that's about. I was trying to think of comparables earlier of like what that would even be like in other sports or elsewhere, but This is
Changing your mind and putting OJ back on the wall of the new stadium.
yeah, I mean, pretty crazy. I mean,
But
thoughts. I know it's just a funny story, but
this time just putting a knife next to his name instead of the 32.
dude, with like it's like the screen knife with like the
With a
running down it.
little blood drop.
Dude,
You guys want him back? Well, you're gonna get him back.
you're gonna get him back. You're gonna get the full guy. That's really funny. Any additional thoughts on the hire? If it, whatever. I mean, I just remember I was listening to GR and like Jeremy and Joe like lost their mind, but it was funny because it was like you'll never guess. There was just I could give you 1,000 guesses on just who got hired by the Sabres, and he'd be the last person you'd guess if you could name every player in the history of the game. I think it would be him, maybe last or second last, and Marchand would be the other one, and that would be
Ty Domi would be somewhere in that bottom 5.
probably. But even Domi and Ray like had a friendship.
They did. Their
Wait,
picture is together at
hold on.
Racers.
Can we just make a transition here?
Uh-oh.
I mentioned Rob Ray. He's like it's like the Pee Wee Herman word of the day. Stop everything. Stop everything. And you had an experience.
I
with,
did.
I don't know with Rob Ray, but talk about it.
In spirit. If you've ever seen, they show him in the booth sometimes enjoying a nice arena dog. Earlier this summer, my wife and I took a little drive down to beautiful Eden, New York, to visit Razor's hot dog stand.
Wait a second. You took the trip just to do the hot dog stand?
Just to do the hot dog stand.
No.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, go on.
That was
Sorry,
it.
good job.
Just for the hot dog stand. Listen,
That's great.
my wife loves hot dogs. I love hot dogs. My wife loves Rob Ray. I love hot dogs. So what if gas is $17 a gallon? I'm driving the 13.2 miles out of the way, and I'm double fisting dogs surrounded by memorabilia.
And did it live up to the hype?
Let me tell you something, Lou. Beautiful little spot there. Incredible memorabilia, not just Rob Ray memorabilia, general hockey stuff. There's a signed Domi jersey in there. There's pictures of them together. There's old stuff from like the inception of the team, framed articles and blah, 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 blah. All kinds of fun stuff in there. And let me tell you something. Hot dogs, fantastic. Service bar where you put on your own toppings and they got everything. You want to make yourself a Chicago dog? You can do that. You don't have to embarrass yourself ordering it at the counter. You can do it yourself and sneak it over to the table. Relish, dill relish, sweet relish, hot relish. What are we doing here with all the sides, Rob? Save a little money for yourself. And best part, local ingredients. He ain't buying no bagged lettuce. It's going to give you diarrhea afterwards, okay? You're going to get diarrhea from the pickled jalapenos that you're putting on your hot dog, the way the good Lord intended. And then I got a milkshake afterwarks.
And it was good.
It was good.
Heard mixed reviews.
Good,
Good
affordable.
Maybe.
Milkshake was fantastic. You can play bubble hockey.
What's that trip from Buffalo, from the city to Eden? 40 minutes or so?
No, not even 25.
I drove 40 minutes for a $30 chair today.
Let me tell you something. You could have driven about 20-25 minutes, depending on traffic and construction this time of year. And for that $30, you could have gotten 2 footlongs, an a Black Angus specialty burger, fries, which you have your choice of straight or curly Q, and they do the little curly Q on the spinny thing in the restaurant, and a milkshake afterwards.
Yeah, but I can't read on those hot dogs.
You're not reading anyways.
I'm gonna read. I got a reading corner, dude. I'm gonna read. What?
Back to
Oh,
Lucic.
back to Lucic. Yeah, we really got far off Lucic. Anyways, any other thoughts? Yes, the funny hire. I don't know if there could have been any. What would the next 3 worst hires that they could have would be?
Let me just
Ted Nolan?
start. Ted Nolan.
What are
Third
the
time's a
3
charm, baby.
What are the 3 names that would shock you the most if the Sabres hired?
What was it? Was it Patrick Berglund? Who was it that they traded for that didn't play?
Yeah.
Was it Berglund? I can't remember. No, it was something else with a B.
It was.
It was something with a B.
Oh my
I'm
God.
embarrassed that I
I'll
can't
look-
remember this because it
know.
was the best.
I don't think it was. Jesus, O'Reilly trade, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm gonna. Yeah,
It wasn't Bergeron. No.
No.
Okay, let me think of another name.
Oh, it was Berglund. It was.
It was Berglund. Okay.
Yeah. He never
that
played.
was-
Wait. Yeah, he never played in Sabaka. Came and was played a
Yeah.
few games. It was horrible.
Yeah. But he was
Okay.
just like, you know what? It's just a very
Yeah.
funny move.
That was that's a good one. And another guy that did that was Kozlov.
Yeah.
Vagislav Kozlov, who came
Yeah.
over in the Hasek trade
hmm
and hated Lindy. Basically, quit on the team.
hmm
I've never fully. I guess I was just too young to kind of know the story back then. But I've listened to a couple podcasts this year or this offseason where Barnaby's talked about the situation in '98 where he was basically forced himself out of Buffalo, and that got us back Stu Barnes, which was obviously one of the better Sabres trades of all time.
Solid.
But Barnaby wouldn't shock me if he got hired back here. Like, I know it ended poorly, and he talks a little bit of shit about the team, but he's still a fan. He still was an alumni. He goes to alumni stuff. I think my most shocking would be Brad Marchand, but again, he's still a player.
Yeah. A possibility, maybe as time goes on, it wouldn't be. But like if this would have happened a year before when Eichel retires, if he winds up back in the fold, I feel like that's another one where people would be like, what the fuck is going
I
on
don't
here?
think Jack Eichel will ever step foot in Buffalo another day in his life that he's not
Outside
playing
of
a hockey game. Yeah.
Contractually obligated.
Yeah, I don't think he ever will. But he did love mothers. Maybe he'll come back for Mother's Dinner every once in a while. I just had another name too. Pat LaFontaine. You could pretty much put on it. Wait, he's still alive, right?
Yeah.
For a second, I was like, did Pat LaFontaine die in my head? No, but yeah, I think that would be pretty shocking as long as Pagula owned the team, obviously. Yeah, I guess those are the. What?
I loved that hire. I thought it not only was it funny, and not only did I enjoy watching the doofuses on Sabres Twitter break down over it, but like this is something that bothered me about a lot of the McDermott years on the Bills, where it's like we get character guys and guys that want to be here and they fit this. I want a mercenary every once in a while. I want a guy who's strictly in it. Like Milan Lucic isn't here for the love of anything but the almighty dollar. And I like that. I respect that. I do. Brett Hull.
Brett Hull.
How did we forget about Brett Hull?
No,
That's it.
Great. That's it. That's the one. I wonder if that wasn't one of Joe DiBiase's guys, because I remember Jeremy that morning asking Joe to stay off of Twitter and that he would he wanted him to guess, and I think Brett Hall was one of his guesses. That's pretty good. I'm going to the Sabres Carnival on Wednesday with my daughter. I don't know if you know this or been there before or what that's like. I'm excited about it. I have no idea what to expect. Have you been to? I used to go to the old version when I was a kid, and they still had it. And then I don't think they did it again for 20 some years, and now I think they just have brought it back. Have you been there? What can I expect?
I was going to say, I don't think I've been to a true Sabres carnival since the odd days. I think I don't remember them doing the carnival in years past. I remember like the weekend of the home opener, they would do like a couple of small things out front, and it was always just like face painting and a shooter tutor. That was always like, that's what you get, baby. So I don't know what they have going on for it because I can't be at it. And I got the email as a season ticket holder, but I didn't even look at that motherfucker because I can't go to it. Why do I want to be bummed that I can't arm wrestle Sabretooth?
I'm in a season ticket group now. My way back in, and they gave me the tickets for it to bring my daughter, and I don't know, maybe a dunk take with Eric Stahl. He might be. He's still around, right? Is that a thing?
Apparently, didn't somebody? I swear, maybe I'm losing it, but it was after the thing with the Hurricanes with the siren. I feel like there was something that like the management team was at over the summer, and he was pictured with the group. Yeah.
No,
he's still employed.
I think he is still employed with the team.
Friendship lives.
Friendship lives. We'll never know. This is where we would have done some power rankings if Ryan wasn't such a bitch.
Getting ready to lose
we are
$500 on fantasy football.
And I am excited to do that. So hopefully next week we could run that back because that was one of the funnier episodes last year, and we got to reference how bad we were at that throughout the year, and that's always fun to look at the rosters now. Maybe hopefully in a couple weeks.
Can run some numbers, and I can run the power rankings like Corey Pronman does his player prospects through Claude and Chat GPT, and get a nice profile through the numbers.
Get through that. We'll do some NHL Sims, some analytics, and see if we can't really come. Yeah, you guys are gonna push the Oilers to the top no matter what, anyways. Because I just know you guys, and I know you're going to be pricks about it. And that's right. You know what? I'm going to vote them for. I'm not even going to nominate them to be in the back. And honestly, I think this will be the year that it all comes together, and then Connor stays and signs a max deal.
Boy, oh boy, that would be. I don't think he would stay because I think he'd be even more pissed off that they dragged their feet putting together incredibly mediocre teams. And then when they scorch the earth around him, it goes great.
Yeah.
They should have just done that in the first place, and he'd have 7 cups by now.
That's, whatever. That team needs something. That could have been a UPL spot, but I guess they upgraded too. I have no idea. We were talking about maybe doing a fantasy draft tonight. I'm so out of the loop. Like I need to reacclimate myself to the rosters. I have no idea. I feel like free agency just went and gone, and because everything was a hit and miss on our end.
Yeah. And there was
pay attention to it.
There was so much of that again, like the sign and trade 2 days before free agency starts again, where it takes the thrill out of following it and paying attention to it. because all the big names are already swallowed up.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, and it really it went quick, and then there was some extensions that were signed beforehand and all that. But we will get into that next episode.
Mhm.
We'll be back probably in 2 weeks. That is
With
what, Labor Day
either
weekend.
Ryan Miller or Ryan Mira, one or the other.
One of them will be on the
Not
show,
both.
for sure. Not both. They both can't be here.
They are
But
banned
one
if
of
they
them-
are together.
but one of them will definitely be on the show in 2 weeks. We will make sure one of them are on.
Yeah, week
And
after next is Labor Day.
Yeah, well, we could
Nice Labor Day evening.
little Labor Day. Everybody's settling
Yeah.
in from the long weekend, coming in. They're like,
Yeah.
you know what I want to do? Throw on a little From This Point Forward on the YouTube.
Yeah.
That's Joe from South Buffalo talking again.
He's an Italian gangster from the 30s. Hey, Toots. Over here with those gams.
For Chris Plumer, I'm Louis G. We will see you guys in a couple weeks. Thanks for listening. See you soon.